want to get, it's good to communicate over Facebook, but if you want to get people to work, you actually have to go and meet them first.
Yes, definitely. Actually, one of the things we found out about Facebook is that, like a group, anybody can join a group, but a lot of times it's a badge-wearing group. I mean, if your friend invite you to a Facebook group, most likely you're going to click yes if you generally agree with that group. But they're not going to, it's been shown that people don't actually do more after that. You might not even check back on the group. So I've actually studied some of the groups that were successful in getting people, like they will, I don't know, make up their own graphs with funky like song titles. I mean, they like that instead of something more hardcore, more committal. But Facebook is good in getting people's attention, building awareness, and then organizing meetups. Like Twitter, they have tweetups. So I think that a lot of us have found that it's important to meet up with those people. And then once you have a core team, then you try to reach out to the peripheral. And then, in spreading from Facebook that way, but you need to sort of solidify their, buy them over in a way. Yeah, meeting up, you cannot have total online virtual thing only, unless it's a cross-country thing, which is even harder. Yeah.
Sorry, just to mention a point about, you mentioned using Facebook groups. I actually run a video game website that covers the local gaming scene in Singapore, very much on tournament side. I found that Facebook groups are generally not effective because, as you said, once they join, they don't participate. So what I've done is I've actually experimented with a new Facebook feature called the fan page. And recently they just updated the whole Facebook interface, as you know, a few months ago. So what happens is that with these new fan pages, right, updates you post to the fan page actually gets posted to the newsfeed of all the people who are fans of the page. So instead of a Facebook group, which is actually a very passive kind of thing, they actually go to check, active kind of thing where they actually go to the group page to check on updates. You use the fan page, and once you post updates, the updates get pushed to all your fans. So it's a more passive kind of thing, and it sort of encourages more participation as well.
Okay, I'm actually going to show, I mean, if you're not familiar with what he's saying, basically now you can have a Facebook page instead of a Facebook group, and it's actually been made to get people to participate more. And I have my own Facebook page for my workshop group and things like that. It's quite useful. I mean, I found out that one person was coming to today's talk because I posted there yesterday. But yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, you get more participation, but will they come for your, say for example, mine's for a workshop, will they actually come for the workshop? That's a whole different thing. I ended up having to call people, and we still have to use email mailing lists, you still have to do all your blogging, you still have to reach out to volunteer managers, down there, and it's the grassroots, you can't have a purely, online thing.
While you're calling that up to show, maybe I just want to highlight something that I picked up from what you said, and just I think what you communicated very well was the idea that you must have a clear and well-defined cause, or what's your KPI, so to speak, right? What are you in it for? But I think what you implicitly showed also was that that's not enough, right? Because if you want to reach the periphery, you must think about what else you can offer, almost as bait, that will bring fence sitters to you. And in your case, it included offering outings and tours and so on, right? It included your little example of the mosquito coils thing. It could be that you are a repository of basic information in your chosen field that this wider community may be interested in, and maybe that's why they'll come to you. Or it could be other things that you happen to have or be good at. And blogging workshop, for example. I'm sure many of the kids who came for those blogging training were more interested in the blogging training than in the environmental cause. Possibly, right? But again, why not?
Really young,
right? Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, if you can use that as bait, why not? So I suspect most of us who want to promote something may need to think also about what else we have to offer that can bring in these other people.
I think for me, it's more like, what do you want them to do? For you. Yeah, I know, what can you do for them, right? That's the first part you need to think of when you write. But after that, right, after they read, what do you want them to do? Do you want them to just read and say, oh, okay, that was nice, or now I know that this happened. But then they go home and then they forget all about it. So but you need to give them something to do. Like I feel that, you know, if they sign a petition, that's a click more. You know, it has to involve typing their name or their email address. That's something they do, and then they might remember later that, oh, I signed this petition. Or, you know, they go out. It has to be something that they can translate their angst after reading your post to doing, you know, for your cause. Maybe it's donation, maybe that's a bit harder. Maybe you just want them to come down and, you know, give food for, I don't know, something, migrant workers, or, you know, speak to your, sometimes some actions are harder than others. If you notice the US, right, a lot of the petitions for writing to your senators, they drum everything for you. You hit send, it gets sent. You don't even need to go find your MP's, you know, phone number, email address. They give it to you, like the Obama one that they were saying just now. Yeah, I think that if people want it handed to them on a, you know, really on a silver spoon, golden spoon, whatnot. But you have to do the groundwork for them. Yeah, but they might do something for you. So this is the page that Wei-Ming, right, was talking about. So I was talking to you on Twitter. And actually, so yeah, you know, I was actually writing this yesterday. And every time you post, just like other statuses, it gets sent to all your fans, and you can do all kinds of things. But I wanted to show is my friend started a, you know, it's a company, right? They want to do IT recycling. Actually, it's not IT recycling. All it was is, you know, have you heard of people who can buy back your old phones and computers and things like that, right? You know, everybody is doing that probably. But how do you make that different? How do you go online? How do you take something that's happening offline and then translate it? So you need to be able to reach out to the people accordingly, tapping the networks. So all the strategies that we talked about, and I applied that. You know, I started a Twitter account, you know, so it becomes like a half business, half environmental thing. And we got feedback from people who use it, and they said, you know, you have to stop talking about your product, your service, your cause. Stop it. Talk to them as people instead, you know, engage them. People want to know the real person behind the cause. They want to know the trials and tribulations. They want to know the drama. Or they just want to talk to you and meet you, and after they speak with you, the more likely it is for them to, you know, talk to join your cause. And so it's useful to actually go for all these like meetups and whatnot, and then there you can actually promote your cause better. So I mean, I came today, at least now you know there's all these things going on. So for me, that works. Yeah. Anybody else here?
Thanks, November. That was a lot of food for thought and a lot of great ideas as well. Let's give a hand.